Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking you through a 35-minute full body Pilates workout. You don't need any equipment today, and we're getting started in a cross-legged position in the center of our mats with our fingertips on our shoulders. Start to roll your shoulders back, drawing a big circles with the elbows. And switch directions, 4 circles to the front, just loosening up through the upper body. Interlace your hands behind your head now, and on your inhale, curve through the spine, draw your elbows together in front of your face. Exhale, arch through the back, pull the elbows back. Again, inhale, round through the spine, elbows draw together. Exhale, elbows pull back, we arch through the spine. 2 more, inhale, curve down, warming up through the spine. Exhale, expand through the chest. Last one, inhale, curve. Exhale, arch. Inhale to reach your arms straight up now, and exhale, drop your left forearm to the mat, reach your right arm up and over, finding a beautiful side stretch for the right side. Come up through center, other side, left arm lifts up and over, dropping to the right forearm, feeling that nice side stretch for the left. Lift up through center once again, and let's flip around, finding an all-fours position, stacking our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees. On your inhale, arch through the back, lift your chest and your chin towards the sky. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, curve up through the spine. Inhale, arch the back, chin and chest lift. Exhale, curve through the spine, chin tucks in towards the chest. 2 more, inhaling to arch the back. And exhaling to round through the spine. Last one, warming up the spine, starting to sync our breath with our movement. And exhale to round. And find your neutral spine. Take an inhale to reach your right arm straight up towards the sky, and exhale, thread the needle, reaching it under the left side of your body, dropping down to right shoulder and right cheek, getting a nice upper body stretch for the right side and a spinal twist. Inhale to lift the right arm back up, place it down, other side. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, thread the needle, dropping down to left shoulder and cheek, getting a spinal twist and a left upper body stretch for this side. Lift your left arm back up, place it down on the mat, and let's start to gently warm up into our core now. So tuck your toes under and float your knees off the mat a couple of inches, finding our bear hover pose. And just hold here, taking some deep breaths, focusing on bringing your hips up in line with your shoulders, as if I could balance a glass of water on your lower back. Take one last big inhale here. And on your exhale, press your hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. And start to pedal out through your legs, alternating bending into each side, stretching out through the opposite leg. And then hold both heels down towards the mat for a deep stretch up the backs of the legs. And then slowly shift forward back to that bear hover position and tap your knees down to the mat. Awesome job. Untuck your toes now, and let's get into a little upper body and core and glute combo. So extend your left leg straight behind you, lift the left leg up to hip height, engaging that left glute, and let's find a push-up through the upper body. So bend the elbows, straighten, then tuck your left knee in towards the chest, rounding through the spine, and extend it back. Find your push-up, straighten, tuck knee in towards the chest, and extend, keeping the elbows tucked in towards the rib cage here, finding a tricep push-up, working the backs of the arms, bending the elbows, straightening, drawing the knee in, rounding through the spine, squeezing through the core, If this push-up is a bit too intense today, I want you to keep both knees down on the mat the entire time and just focus on the upper body here. We just have 2 more rounds of this. You can do it. Maybe try to lower down a little bit farther through that push-up. And this is your last one. Find your push-up, press up to straight. Knee comes in towards the chest, and we send it long. Drop the left knee down, sit the hips back, reach the arms forward, find your child's pose. Slowly start to release through your child's pose, and let's come down onto the left side of our body, resting our head in our left hand, with the knees bent at a 90-degree angle and the toes lifted up off the mat. Let's get ready for a clamshell series now. So on your exhale, open your right knee up towards the sky and inhale, tap it down. Exhale, open, inhale, close. So big toes are staying touching the entire time. We're just opening the right knee up like a clamshell and then tapping it back down to meet the left. Give me 2 more like this before we add on. Let's add an extension now. So open the right knee, kick the leg straight, bend it down and close. Open, extend, bend and lower, always having the option here to lower the feet down onto the mat instead of having them raised up for a bit of a modification. Really squeezing through that right outer glute, that right outer thigh here. Just give me 2 more rounds of this. And last one. Now let's tap the knees together and rotate, tap the toes together. Tap the knees, tap the toes. 6 more. I like to inhale to tap the knees, exhale to open and tap the toes to touch. This one really gets a burn going through that right glute. We just have 1 more here. And hold the knee open, press the heels together, pulse the right leg back. For 7, for 6, just pulsing 1 inch back and down. For 2, and 1, relax the feet, rotate the right knee down to meet the left, and on your exhale, kick the right leg out to straight. Inhale, bend it down. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. So kicking the leg out at about a 45-degree angle, feeling that lift and pinch through that right outer side. Just for 2 more. And last one, let's hold that right leg extended and give me circles to the front for 10. For 9, for 8, this is where that fire really starts to build, but we are almost finished with this series. You can do it. And switch directions, circles to the back for 10. For 9, super controlled here, drawing circles about the size of a baseball. For 3, 2, hold through center, flex the foot, pulse up for 10. For 9, this is where we finish. You can do it. Breathe through it just for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your legs down. Extend the left leg. Draw your right knee in towards the chest and feel that stretch through the right glute. Slowly release that stretch, and now we get to repeat that whole series on the other side. So let's find our all fours position once again, getting ready for that push-up crunch combo. So extend your right leg long behind you, lift the right leg up to hip height, stack your shoulders directly over your wrists, and let's find our combo. So take your push-up, bending the elbows, pressing to straight. Draw right knee to chest, rounding through the spine, and extend your leg long. Push up and straighten, crunch the knee in, squeezing the core, and extend the right leg back. Just 6 more of this combo. Just like on the other side, if this is a bit too intense today, just keep your right knee down on the mat and just focus on your upper body and rounding through the spine. Ignore the leg movements. We've just got 3 more rounds of this, so push up and straighten, tuck knee to chest, really rounding through the spine. Last 2 rounds. And last one, bend the elbows, press to straight, the knee draws in, and we kick the leg back. Drop your right knee down to meet the left, press your hips back for another child's pose. Gently release your child's pose, and let's come down onto the right side of our body now, getting ready for our clamshell series. So rest your head in your hand, bend your knees to a 90-degree angle, and float your feet up off the ground. Take an inhale to prepare, and on your exhale, open your left knee up towards the sky. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Big toes stay touching. Only thing moving is that left knee floating open and shutting down. Give me 3 more here before we add our extension. And last one. Now open the knees, extend your leg, bend it down and close. Open, extend, bend and close, making sure our hips are staying stacked one on top of the other the entire time so that we're not rocking it back onto that right hip. Everything is staying nice and stacked and aligned here. We've just got 3 more rounds of this. And last 2. And last one. Now let's tap our knees together and rotate to tap the toes. Tap the knees, tap the toes. 6 more, getting some internal and external rotation through the hips here. 3 more. Last 2. And last one. Hold the knee open, flex the feet, draw the heels together, pulse the left knee back. For 8 more, for 7, try to open up a little bit higher, just for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the feet, draw the left knee down to meet the right, and on your exhale, extend your left leg to the side. Inhale, bend it in. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend, kicking the leg out at a 45-degree angle, or at a little bit higher of an angle if you're wanting to make this even more challenging. Just give me 3 more. Last 2 extensions, and let's hold the left leg out to the side now and give me circles to the back for 10. For 9, moving nice and slow and controlled with these, just for 5 more in this direction. 3, 2, and 1, switch directions, 10 circles to the front. Drawing circles once again about the size of a baseball here, nothing too crazy. Just for 4 more. For 2, hold through center now, flex the foot, pulse the leg up for 10. For 9, this is where we finish this series. We are stretching out the glutes after this in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your right leg long down the mat, draw your left knee in towards your chest, and feel that release through the left glute. Roll over on to your back now, separating your legs hip distance apart and bending your knees. Let's take some figure 4 stretches. So start by crossing your right ankle over the left knee, then reach through, grab a hold of the back of your left thigh, and pull your left knee in towards the chest, stretching out the right glute here. Gently release and switch sides, crossing left ankle over right and hugging the right knee in towards the chest, stretching out the left glute this time. Gently release your right side and extend your legs long in front of you. Reach your arms up overhead, getting ready for our Pilates roll-ups. So on your exhale, crunch up through the upper body, reach your arms by your hips. Inhale here for a pause. Exhale, tuck your hips under, roll up through the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach straight up. Exhale, tuck the hips under, roll down through the spine. Inhale, arms overhead. Again, exhale, crunch up. Inhale for a pause. Exhale, tuck the hips under, roll up through the spine. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, tuck the hips under, roll down through the spine, and the arms reach overhead. Either stick with that, or let's pick up the pace a little bit by inhaling to roll up through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll down through the spine. Exhale, arms overhead. So focusing on tucking the hips under and rolling up and down the spine, one bone at a time, really articulating up the back. Tucking the hips under, rolling up, getting our forward fold, stretching out the backs of the legs, and then rolling down, reaching the arms up overhead. Inhaling to roll up, exhale, reach forward. Inhale, roll down, exhale, arms overhead. Modification here is to bend the knees, keeping the feet flat on the floor so that you can push through the feet for a little bit more leverage. Just give me one more. And roll down. And reach your arms and legs in opposite directions now, reaching through either side, feeling a stretch through the center of the body. Release your arms back down by your hips now and bend your knees in, keeping your legs separated hip distance apart. And lift your knees up to a tabletop position, stacking them directly over the hips. And reach your arms straight up from the shoulders with the palms facing forward. On your exhale, curl up through the upper body and inhale, lower down. Exhale, curl, pressing your hands down by your hips and lower. Just two more like this before we add on. And last one. Let's add an alternating leg extension now. So crunch up and extend your right leg long down the mat, lower down. And crunch as you extend the left leg long down the mat. Give me 3 more each side, exhaling as you crunch and extend one leg, inhaling as the knees come back to tabletop and we lower down through the chest. If you're feeling any tension through the neck here, I want you to interlace your hands behind your head rather than having them straight up from the shoulders. Just give me 1 more each side, extending the right leg and lower. Now hold crunched up with the left leg extended and let's just switch the legs. So switch and switch, alternating, bringing one to tabletop and extending the other long down the mat. Arms are reaching long by your side, sending energy down through the fingertips as we switch and switch. For 4 more each side. Last 3, stay lifted through the chest. Last 2. And last one, hug both knees in, lower down through the upper body for a quick rest here. And then when you're ready, lift those knees back up to tabletop, reach the arms back up with the palms facing forwards. We're gonna repeat that series, but keep the legs together the entire time. So let's exhale to crunch up, press your hands by your hips and lower down. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lower. 2 more like this before we add a double leg extension. And last one. This time, as you crunch up, kick both legs out in front of you and bend the knees as you lower down. Exhale, crunch and extend. Inhale, bend and lower. So the legs are kicking out at about a 45-degree angle, or lower if you're looking for more of a challenge, and higher if you're wanting a bit of a modification. Making sure our lower back is staying imprinted on the mat the entire time, especially as we extend those legs long in front of us. We've just got 1 more. Let's hold in our crunch with the legs extended now. Draw your left knee to chest, extend, and draw the right knee in and extend. Left knee and right knee. If this is a bit too intense, I want you to hold both knees in towards the chest and alternate extending out one at a time. But wherever you are, I want you to exhale as the knee comes in and inhale as the leg goes long. Maybe you lower your legs a couple of inches, really challenging the core for these final 4 rounds. And 3, make sure you're breathing, you can do it. Last 2. And last one. And go ahead and hug both knees in, lower down through the chest, rock gently from side to side on your lower back, taking a moment of rest here. Maybe circling out the knees a couple of times in each direction if that feels good for you. Release your feet back down onto your mat now. Roll over onto one side of the body and press yourself all the way up to a standing position, getting ready for some curtsy lunges. So step your right foot in front and your left foot behind, with the left heel raised off the ground and both toes turned out at a 45-degree angle. Bring your hands to your hips and let's bend into both knees and straighten. Bend and straighten. Just give me 6 more like this. If you're feeling a little wobbly here, step your feet a bit wider apart so that there's space between them, or feel free to hold on to a chair or a wall. Last one like this before we add on. So now take your curtsy lunge and tap your left foot to the side. Curtsy lunge, tap the left foot out, so alternating a lunge and a tap to the side, inhaling to bend, exhaling to straighten and tap out. Just give me 4 more here, sinking in nice and low in our curtsy lunge and powering through with that right leg to straighten and tap the left foot to the side. Last one, and let's hold in our curtsy lunge now. Lower the knees down 2 more inches and then back up 2 inches. Lower 2, up 2, so never bringing the legs to a fully straightened position, keeping tension on that right side, especially as we lower down and lift up just ever so slightly here. Inhaling to lower, exhaling to press and lift. Last one. Hold at your lowest point now and pulse your knees back for 10. For 9, just a little external rotation here, a very small range of motion. Just for 3, 2, hold the knees open, pulse the hips down for 10. For 9, this is where we finish. Can you sink an inch lower here? Just pulsing for 4 more, for 3, 2, and 1. Press the legs to straight, shake out each side, getting ready to head right into that left leg, and then we'll get a nice stretch after that. So step your left foot in front now, right foot steps behind, both toes turned out at a 45-degree angle. I was a bit more wobbly getting into this one. Hands come onto your hips, and we bend into the knees and straighten. Bend the knees and straighten. If you're like me and you're a bit more wobbly on one side of the other, that is totally normal. Again, feel free to hold on to something like a wall or a chair, or separate your feet out a bit wider, whatever works for you. Last one before we add our tap to the side. So bend your knees, straighten, and tap the right foot out. Bend and tap the right foot. 6 more here. Really pressing through that left side, activating up, especially through that left outer glute, to stand through the leg and tap the right foot out. Last 2 before we hold in that curtsy lunge. Hold with the knees bent now. Let's lower down 2 inches and rise up 2 inches. Lower down and lift up, inhaling to lower, exhaling to straighten ever so slightly here. Give me 4 more here, never letting those legs come fully straight. For these last 2. And last one, hold at your lowest point now and pulse the knees back for 10. For 9, little external rotation through both sides here. For 4, 3, 2, hold with the knees open, pulse the hips down for 10. For 9, this is where we finish. Sink an inch lower here, you can do it. For 5, for 4, just for 3, 2, and 1. Press to straighten through the legs. Separate your feet out nice and wide. Inhale to reach the arms up, and exhale, dive forward into your wide-legged forward fold, getting a nice stretch for both legs. Walk your hands over to your left ankle now, pulling your chest in towards the left thigh. And walk around to the right ankle, feeling that same stretch for this side. Walk your hands back through center now, and just bend and straighten the knees a couple of times. And when you're ready, slowly start to heel toe the feet together, bend your knees, and lower your hips all the way down towards the mat. Getting ready for our final series of this class, we've got a forearm plank where we'll do 3 different moves for 8 reps each. Starting with our body saws, so find your forearm plank, stepping the feet back, shift your shoulders in front of the elbows, and then shift them behind. Bringing yourself up to your tippy toes and sitting back on the balls of your feet. Shifting forward and shifting back. Forwards and back. 4 more here, just rocking the body front and back on your mat. Last 2, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last 1. Hold with your knees stacked over the elbows now, and let's find our dolphin pikes. On your exhale, press your hips up towards the sky. Inhale, shift forward to your forearm plank. Exhale, hips pike up. Inhale, we shift forward. This is a super tough one. Maybe you're only lifting the hips a couple of inches instead of all the way up in that pike. It puts a lot of work into the shoulders and the lower abs here. Exhaling to pike up. And we shift forward. Forearms and feet are staying exactly where they are the entire time, just shifting up through the hips and back down to our plank. This is your last one, and then we head into our final variation. So find your forearm plank and let's find our hip dips. Tilt your hips to the right and to the left. Swivel to the right and swivel to the left. 6 more each side. Option to drop the knees for this one and take it from a modified plank. But wherever you are, I want you breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, pressing up through the forearms, nice and active through the upper body. This is where we finish this workout. Just give me 1 more each side and hold through center. Drop the knees down. Bring your knees out as wide as the mat. Bring the big toes to touch and sit your hips back for your wide-legged child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right side of your mat now and press your left hip down towards your left heel, feeling that stretch up the left side of the body. Walk your hands over to the left side of the mat now, feeling that same stretch for the right side. And walk your hands back through center. Slowly start to rise up now. Bring your knees together. Keep your hips stacked over the knees. And walk your hands forward, reaching your chest down towards the mat, finding our puppy pose, feeling a beautiful stretch for the spine and the front side of the body. Gently walk your hands back in towards the knees and step your right foot forward, keeping a knee over the ankle, and shift your hips forward, finding our runner's lunge, feeling a stretch for that left hip flexor. And now walk your right foot to the outer edge of the mat and bring your hands down inside the foot, feeling a deeper stretch for that right hip. Walk your right foot back through center and rock back onto that right heel, getting a hamstring stretch for the right side. Gently slide your right knee back in line with the left. Step your left foot forward now and shift your hips forward, finding that runner's lunge, stretching out the right hip flexor. Walk the left foot to the outer edge of the mat, bring your hands down inside the left foot, stretching out through that left hip. And walk the left foot back into the center of the mat, shift back onto the heel, straightening the left leg and hinging forward, finding a hamstring stretch on the left side. Slowly bend your left knee back towards the right and find a cross-legged position in the center of your mat now. Lift your right arm up and over to the left, dropping down onto our left forearm. And then bring your right fingertips behind your head. And let's rotate your elbow down towards the left knee. Lift back up. Rotate down, getting a spinal twist here. And lift up. Last one, rotate and twist, and lift. Release your right arm up overhead. Come up through center and let's hit the other side, lifting left arm up and over to the right. Bring your left fingertips behind your head now. Rotate left elbow down towards the right knee, and lift up. 2 more here, getting our spinal twist. And last one, rotate down, lift up, reach the left arm straight overhead, and lift up through center. Let's finish up now with some nice deep breaths. So taking an inhale as you reach the arms up overhead, exhale, press your arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach up, palms face each other. Exhale, press down, arms face the mat. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, make it your deepest breath yet. Inhale, reaching all the way up towards the sky. And exhale to press your arms down by your sides. And that is it for today's 35-minute full body Pilates workout. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.